was sitting out on my lanai earlier today, and there were some birds and some creatures flying in and playing among the branches of my tree back there. Can you see my tree? Well, I went in my house and I got my book, and when I came back out, it started to rain. So I had to move underneath the cover, and I have to read my story from underneath my lanai cover. But this is the story that I'm choosing to read today. Who lives in trees? What do you notice on the front cover? It's written by Trish, Holland. Zoom in and look. This is a little ladybug. She is red with black spots. Want to count those spots with me? All right. I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to point to each dot as I count. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 dots on this ladybug. I also, in this up here, it looks like it's a butterfly. Do you see their little wings fluttering? I love to look at the wings and the patterns that are seen on the wings of a butterfly. And here we have a little creepy crawly insect. And then look, all of these little yellow insects all over this green leaf. I'm going to turn the page and I'm going to look at the back cover. You get lots of information about a book by looking at the front cover and the back cover. Oh my! Do you see what is right up at the top here? It looks like a snake. Oh. I wonder if that picture is going to be inside this book too. We will have to see. Who lives in trees? It says right there. Little beasties are hiding in trees. Oh, really? How can that be? You'll find furry ones, feathered ones, and bugs that snack on leaves. If you don't believe me, take a peek inside and see. Oh, I definitely want to take a peek inside and see. Who lives in this tree? With wings I can fly to my nest way up high. I am an owl. I live in this tree. Do you remember we read a story about owls just the other week, remember? And Mother Owl, look at her wingspan. She can fly through the air quite easily. Who lives in this tree? With strong tail and arms, I can swing all day long. I am a monkey. I live in this tree. I don't think I've ever seen a monkey swinging from my tree back there. Who lives in this tree? With sticky little toes, I can cling upside down. I am a tree frog. I live in this tree. Wait a minute. Let's think about this for a minute. He has special features on his body. They help this little frog stay in the tree. He has sticky fingers that help him cling to the branches. That helps to keep him safe as he's moving along in the tree. And the monkey has a strong tail and arms. That helps him to stay in the tree so he's safe. Amazing! These two animals are very different, but they have special features to their bodies that help protect them, keep them safe, and help them move along while they're in the tree. Isn't that amazing what you learn when you read a book? I want to learn more. What about you? Let's turn the page. Who lives in this tree? With long tail and claws, I can climb anytime. I am an anteater. I live in this tree. I've never seen an anteater before. Have you? I wonder though, does the anteater eat ants? What do you think? We might have to research the anteater at another time. I'm going to have to write that down in my journal so I'll remember that we want to look closely at the anteater. Woohoo! Who lives in this tree? With skin stretched like wings, I can glide side to side. I am a flying dragon. I live in this tree. Look at how his skin stretches. That's another feature to his body that helps him move from place to place, keep him protected, keeping him safe as he's living in the tree. And look at that long tail. It does make him look like a dragon, doesn't it? Who lives in this tree? With wings, I can fly to my big buzzing hive. I am a bee. I live in this tree. Wow, look at all the bees. I don't think I could even begin to count how many bees there are. There are just so many. Who lives in this tree? I scrape out my den, but it smells just a bit. I am a skunk. I live in this tree. Look at them all. They hollowed out that tree, and it's their den now. It's where they live. Let's count how many there are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 skunks in the picture. Who lives in this tree? With strong grip and claws, I hold on with my paws. I am a koala. I live in this tree. Do you see those claws? They do look very strong. That's one feature on this animal's body that helps to keep him safe and move along inside his tree. Who lives in this tree? With wings I can flit to a banquet on a branch. I am a ladybug. I live in this tree. That's the ladybug that was on the front cover. Do you remember? She's going to a banquet. That's like a giant feast where there's lots of food and fun for all. She is going to eat all these yellow insects. I wonder what else we'll learn by turning the page. Who lives in this tree? With sharp, tiny claws, I can run just for fun. I am a squirrel. I live in this tree. I know I have lots of squirrels that live right in my tree. I've seen my squirrel scurry up one side, run across the top of my lanai, down my lanai, and right up to the tippity top of that tree. I'm sure that my squirrel can run just for fun too. Who lives in this tree? With wings I can flutter from my comfortable cocoon. I am a butterfly. I live in this tree. I love butterflies. I love to watch them fly and flutter all around my tree. This one is absolutely beautiful with its little white dots. Do you notice those details? And the colors that you see, the orange and the dark brown. I love watching butterflies. Ooh. Who lives in this tree? Hooks and claws on my feet help me walk on my web. I am a spider. I live in this tree. Wow, let me look closely here. I do see the hooks and claws. That's another feature to its body. It helps protect them, keep them safe, and helps them move about in the tree. Wow, you learn some interesting facts as we read, don't we? Who lives in this tree? With humming wings, I dart to the babies in my nest. I am a hummingbird. I live in this tree. Look at the baby hummingbirds. There are two. 1, 2. Oh, I remember seeing this fellow on the back cover. Who lives in this tree? With my muscles, I can climb. Then I make a cozy coil. I am a tree snake. I live in this tree. Ooh, I am glad that I never see a snake in my tree. And look at his face. He has some very interesting features, don't you think? Let's take a close look there. Oh my, yes indeed. I think I will have to sketch this snake. I want to take in all the special features and details and add it to my picture. Absolutely. Who lives in this tree? I fly to my nest. My dead tree is the best. I am a woodpecker. I live in this tree. Look at his red head. Do you see his red head? Who lives in this tree? With wings I fly up, then I hang with my head down. I am a bat. I live in this tree. Look at him. He's hanging by his toes. And his wings. Do you remember when we looked at the owl and his wingspan was so grand and wide? I don't think that... I do not think that this bat, his wings look like they're almost wrapped around him, don't they? I wonder what his wingspan would look like when he's flying. Who lives in this tree? With eggs in my nest, I sit warm in my nook. I am a bluebird. I live in this tree. Oh, look at the bluebird. I love the color blue. Who lives in this tree? Who do you think that is? I've never seen a furry animal like that. With claws, I dig tunnels. Tree roots are my roof. All in the pages, we've seen animals that live in a hollowed out tree, We've seen animals that live up in the branches. We've seen animals who crawl on the leaves. This animal digs underground, under the roots. That's amazing. He has his home underground. I am a wombat. I live in this tree. Hoo-hoo! Who lives in this tree? No claws and no wings. Or our feet aren't sticky things. We are just kids. We play in this tree. Doesn't he look like he's having a grand old time? I think he is. I had a tree swing in my tree in my backyard when I was little. Have you ever swung on a tree swing? I have to tell you, I would do that for hours, and I'd look up at the inside of the tree. Oh my, that is so much fun. What is good for trees? Sun is good for trees. Soil is good for trees. Rain is good for trees. What is bad for trees? Ooh, look at this picture. This word says drought. Drought. That's a word that we don't always use in our vocabulary, isn't it? Drought. Let's look at the picture. It'll help us figure it out. Drought. Do you see how parched this soil is? I remember now. We read a book about rain, and we saw a picture that showed a place that has little or no rain. If you have little or no rain, it's called a drought. And that causes the ground to become hard and cracked. Nothing can live there, or very few things can live there. And then we have forest wildfires. Oh, that is bad for trees. Do you see that? And pests and disease. Diseased trees, they're sick. There's something wrong with the tree. And pests, they're little insects or creatures that live and eat off of the tree. Do you remember? We saw that, didn't we? Yes, we did. On the front cover, we remember that the ladybug eats these insects before the insects can eat all the leaves and destroy the leaves on the tree. This insect, the ladybug, is taking care of the pests that eat the tree. So those are the things that what is bad for trees. Now let's see. Who needs trees? Animals, insects, and birds. You and I do too. Look at how lovely those trees are. I know I love my tree in my backyard. I think I am going to sketch my tree today. I'm going to draw a picture of it. And then I'm going to put all different kinds of creatures in my tree. Creatures who do live in the tree, I'll put that in my tree. I'll sketch it in. But wouldn't it be fun? I think I am going to sketch... Which guy is it? Maybe I'm going to sketch the koala in my tree. That would be fun. Or perhaps a monkey. I might sketch a monkey in my tree. why don't you get your paper and your crayons today and look out at your tree and try to sketch what you see living in your tree.